Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Good afternoon, Amanda. It's good to see you again. All right. I'll just trust that my audio is good. Let's see. All right, then. So how are you doing this lovely, lovely day? Mic's on. I should probably test out music while I'm here. Like this, for example. Well, this might take a while, so... All right, let's try a different example. Yeah, why not? Haven't listened to this in a while. I should really play more Final Fantasy VIII. Alright, where's the chat box? There it is. Well, that's good. Yeah, this live stream will be me editing an episode of Final Fantasy IX I just recorded a couple minutes ago. I gave myself a little bit of downtime before starting the stream. Ate a little bit of chocolate, and I should really drink this water. But yeah, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but let me go ahead and switch perspectives. I'm not sure if you noticed, but I showed in yesterday's stream there's a bit of change in scenery. My game collection is over there, up against that window. My entertainment center is back there. Yeah, this was done Thursday ago, so I've been meaning to do it for quite a while now, and I'm glad I got it done. I call it my own personal square. Whenever my siblings are here, I'm like, come, walk into my personal square, and I quite like it. I like it. Not just like it, I love it. I love it a lot. So... And surprisingly, the stream is healthy. But yeah, I've also mentioned that I have a week off from my job, as I've told you. So I have plenty of downtime, and I'll be making more Final Fantasy IX videos throughout the week. And hopefully I'll get disc number 3 done, since that's where I'm at right now. Yeah, I'm editing this episode because it didn't spoil what happens in the story. I'm in the middle of playing mini games in Final Fantasy IX, so yeah. And who knows, maybe maybe after I get done I might play a little bit of Smash Remix again. Yeah, playing Smash Remix on emulation is my favorite downtime right now, so... In fact, I should probably bring the controller right here, so... let me turn on the repeat option for Windows Media Player, that way the Balam Garden theme will keep playing, so... Yeah, let me get the controller. Whoops. My brother's also home, so you possibly might be able to hear him. Let's see here. Yeah, let's listen to one more of the Battle and Garden theme before I get started. Speaking of live streaming, I'm not sure if anyone noticed a live stream video I made a couple weeks back, which, yeah, it's me discussing my taste in music, whether it be from video games or from relatively known artists. I don't think anyone really watched that stream because I had it set to music other than video games, and my guess is that YouTube didn't bother notifying my audience that such a live stream was made. So it's Hangout stream number 6, music. So if anyone's interested in what kind of music I listen to on your free time, yeah, on your free time, if you want to, you could pay that live stream a listen. Hey, Lucra, welcome back. Yep, the Balam Garden theme. And you're just in time too. I'm about to start this live stream, so. Yeah, this music is about to end in just a minute, so once that happens, then I'll start the live stream. So how's your morning, Lucra? I honestly have no idea why it's freezing up. There isn't a notification from Streamlabs, so it's probably YouTube's fault again. I have the bitrate set to where it should be manageable, but not only that, but I just mentioned that you could probably hear. Well, you don't hear him now. He's probably in his room, but my brother's here, so he's probably using the internet as well, since he does play. He does play a lot of online games, which does take up quite a bit of bandwidth. So I did test out Ethernet a few times in my previous streams, and that has proven to be not very effective. I bought a 30 to 50 foot long Ethernet cable that connects. That was the initial plan if Wi-Fi wasn't working well. But yeah. Although it seems like lately that Wi-Fi is. It seems like Wi-Fi is slowly getting back to working. It still has quite a few hiccups, but apart from that, it isn't too bad. So, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I've had this discussion with Zachary G when he was on my last editing stream, and he explained quite a few things, and yeah. There is actually a change in data loss the longer the cable. Interesting. Huh. Alright then. Hmm. That sounds an awful lot like the Final Fantasy VII Battle Square minigame. You keep getting the same type of option in the random attack wheel, then you're not going to get a lot of points. You keep using Ethernet the longer you use it, data loss. That's interesting because, back then people would say connect wired, you'll get better results that way, but they also said the same thing with wireless controllers where wireless is better than wired. I guess there's input lag when you put it in wired, which that is very intriguing. Who knows? Maybe Wi-Fi wireless is improving over time, so who knows? Like I said, I'm going to keep doing this in spite of it because I like doing this. Sorry that I bumped the mic. I like the community aspect. It is amazing. So I do not want to quit this anytime soon. Wi-Fi has gotten better since. Oh yeah. All right. Well, if this doesn't hiccup constantly, if there's just a few errors, I think we'll get through this just fine, hopefully. If you could hear me well, then I think that's all that matters, but we'll see. Well, anyways, without further ado, hello, my name is Xean, and welcome to this Hangout stream, which is entitled Behind the Scenes Number 2, which is me editing. I'll show you myself editing Final Fantasy IX for the original PlayStation. Welcome Amanda Howard and Lucra to this live stream. Now, I initially planned on editing a few of the earlier videos in my Let's Play a while back, but every time I start an episode, I would say what the previous episode happened. So it would involve a few spoilers, especially since that I record these episodes way ahead of schedule. So this time around, I'm in the middle of doing mini games, so the only thing I'm spoiling is the mini game. I didn't say anything. Um, I didn't say anything what happens in the story yet. So, all right then. So, yeah, in this live stream, I'll be editing my episode of Final Fantasy IX that I recorded 30 minutes ago. So, this will be episode 45. All right, so let's change perspectives. There we go. Hi again. So there's the chat box, my face cam. All right. Now I use DaVinci Resolve as my editing software since it's free, and the free version comes with all the bells and whistles that I usually use when it comes to editing. So even the free version is more than enough it's more than enough for the content that I work with. So all right, so here it is, episode 45 of Final Fantasy IX. So what I do here is that I probably might have to um I probably might have to let me see. I wonder if I could close. All right. I might have to close Facecam and the chat box out of view. That way you'll get a better idea as to how I edit. I can still see the chat box, so yeah, there it is. So I'll occasionally check the chat box from time to time, so yeah. Anyways, here it is. For context, I recorded about... That's not the length, which means something bad happens. Oh, that's all together. My bad. Let's just click one video, check the details. This was an hour and 6 minutes. Same thing with the audio. And I think this might be trimmed down to at least, I want to guess, 35 minutes. But we'll see. Yeah, if it's anything like the hot and cold mini game, I might cut out quite a few things. So change project frame rates, I usually don't change because the frame rate is, if I go to project settings, right here at timeline frame rate, it's set to 29.97 frames per second. That's how much the MP4 video file is. And that's the frame rate for the video file, so I make sure I have that unchanged. So, all right. Now, I'd say let's go ahead and start editing this video right now, but as you can see, I don't like the look of this. So what I do is I go, I hover above MP4, right click, go to clip attributes, and right under pixel aspect ratio, I switch from the default square to NTSC. I press OK, and there we go. Kind of fix. I say kind of because this is out of alignment. So I fixed that in this tab right here, which is color. And let's see, pan is, I believe, left and right, and tilt is up and down when it comes to editing. So I don't know if, I know, Amanda, you've seen my Xenosaga Let's Play, but Lucra, I'm not sure if you've seen my Xenosaga Episode 2 Let's Play, but the picture was kind of out of alignment. It wasn't noticeable, but it definitely was noticeable to me when I edit. So since the start of this Let's Play of Final Fantasy IX, I decided to make sure that this picture is near the center. So for pan, I do minus 3.0. And for tilt, I do minus 16.0. And look at that, fixed. So it's not perfect. It's still kind of off center, but it's not that noticeable. So if what Zachary G said, not a whole lot of people would care to notice, which I guess that's okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get my recorded audio, close the media pool, and let me see. It's good to have this attention to detail. Oh yes, I like, even though this is standard definition, that will be, you could still upload videos in 4:3 on YouTube. Even though these videos are 4:3 by default, they're still black background, so I'm not sure about an option for 4:3 on. I mean, I am subscribed to a few people that have uploaded in 4:3 before, which I haven't done personally. Back then I used to have art background images for my video games that were in 4:3, but I don't do those anymore. So I just want to do something like this from now on, but I mean, what I have here is a-okay. So I've never been a fan of old school Let's Players where they stretch out the 4:3 aspect ratio to make it a stretched 16:9. I don't know what it is. It just didn't look right to me, so I just like doing this. All right. But even though it isn't much, I do like to have this type of detail in regards to my Let's Plays, and this is the first original PlayStation game that's recorded through S-video instead of composite, so the image quality looks crisper. If you want a good comparison, compare this to my Let's Play of Star Ocean: The Second Story. That used composite cables. So I did an update video during that time, and I recorded Star Ocean: The Second Story through S-video cables. That's also a better comparison, so yeah. And even though the timeline is 720p, and this is standard definition, it still looks good. So even if it's a mock HD timeline, Yeah, it still looks good, and I'll explain how you can render your video better. So, yeah, you're recording off the console. Um, yeah, all this is original hardware. Still play on original hardware. Always have, always will. The only exception I'll make is handheld gaming. There are a few handhelds I have in mind that I want to let's play later on if that happens, and like Game Boy Advance games, PSP games, those will be emulation. And I have those games physically, so it gives me it gives me a good reason to do emulation. That's hard to find these days. Um, I mean, nowadays, yes. Thankfully, there are a few game stores within the Tulsa area of Oklahoma that have old school game consoles, and I think they refurbish them. So when you buy them, they're guaranteed to work. And thankfully, I've been collecting games and game consoles since high school. So some games I've kept, the majority of the games I've kept, some I decide to let go, or at worst, thrown out. But the game consoles I have kept and made sure that they still work. So if you want to, recording through capture cards, I record using the Hapag HD PVR number 2. I've had it since Black Friday of 2013. Um, yeah, and it still works. However, whenever I'm done recording off that thing, I make sure to unplug it because I don't want it to run. Um, I don't want it to run power 24/7 because sometimes I get a few hiccups here and there in when I'm recording a video. For example, there might be a frame or two of my footage missing, but my audio is fine, so I have to cut that out. I think I might have solved that issue. Um, so yeah, it's not good to keep my capture card plugged in at all times. I'll only turn it on if I want to work more with recording. But yeah, if you want to know the consoles that I own, I have PlayStations 1 through 5. I have Nintendo Wii, Nintendo Wii U, the Nintendo 64, the original Xbox, the Xbox 360, the Sega Saturn, the PlayStation Vita TV, Game Boy Advance SP, Nintendo DS, Nintendo 3DS, the original Game Boy, the PlayStation Portable, and the PlayStation Vita. So, yeah, I have quite a lot, and I've been able to maintain all of them. So, yeah, original hardware, original cables for the most part, all the games, yeah. All right. Now, when I start recording, oh, I should probably adjust the audio. My audio, for some reason, is quiet by default, so I up the decibels to at least mid 12 if I can get it to mid 12. Let me down this a bit, and yeah, that should do. 12.34 decibels. And there we go. And whoops. Let me do Control Z to undo that. Move this back. And whenever I start recording, I sync up the audio, and this is usually what I do.
Xean syncing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
And I know that the audio is perfectly in sync for this, so this is why I've done it 3 times. So let me go to, I use the arrow keys to go frame by frame by frame, as you could see right here. So let me see here. All right, that's the beginning frame, so let's go ahead and cut that out. and take that back, bring this in, and find the beginning audio for this, which is right here. Whoops. Sorry. Alright, found the beginning audio, so I cut the footage by doing Control B. Or if you want to, you could manually cut it by doing blade edit mode, and you could see an orange line right there. And if there's a place you want to cut, then just press. If you want to undo something, you do Control Z. So let's go back to selection mode and right click the empty space, delete ripple, do the same thing for audio, and this is what you'll get.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
And to make sure that the sync is absolute, I hold the controller next to the microphone. That way you'll hear a click. And then I hear this over and over again to be extremely absolute. And I do it one more time for good measure. Alright, so audio is good. So let's go to the first part of my audio. Alright, and as you can see, that says 14. I go back 1 full second, so as soon as I see another 14, then I'll go ahead and cut this, delete all this, ripple delete, and go back up a full second. And then I do a proper fade in for my videos, which, again, I don't know the proper shortcut for this, but this is what I do. I do this manually. If you see that white dot right here, I click on it and drag this until it says at least 101, plus 101. And I do the same thing for all 3 lines here. That way you'll get something like this.
Welcome back to this episode of Xean Plays Final Fantasy IX for the original PlayStation.
Alright. And I know this episode, like I said, will have plenty of cutting and pasting, so I need to prepare myself for that. So let's go ahead and save this project. Alright, let's see here. Great method for syncing. Yeah. Back then when I started Let's Playing, I didn't have a proper microphone. I had a hand camera, and I record not just my voice, but the TV speakers. I didn't have a headset either, so everything was pretty much audio, audio, audio. So, I mean, it was a easy way of recording for me. So, thankfully, ever since Chrono Trigger, I've since had proper headsets, but I still didn't have a microphone. I still used the hand camera for my microphone, but eventually that hand camera died, so I have since bought professional microphones. This is let me go back to here and bring me up again. As you can see, this is the microphone that I use nowadays. I've had one that I used for Xenosaga Episode 2 for a short while before switching to this, so I still have the microphone. I am going to use it tonight for something else that isn't this, so yeah. Anyways, go back to there, take me off, and go back. But yeah, if you if you want to sync audio correctly, I suggest do that. However, I've noticed this over time. My audio desyncs for some reason, so sometime in the middle of my recording session, I do the 1, 2, 3 method again, just to resync my audio to make sure that things are smooth throughout the rest of the episode. So yeah, I didn't do it this time because not a whole lot happens in this episode apart from catching frogs. So alrighty, let's go ahead and start this editing process. Before that, however, I need to see how long I've been doing this. Okay, not bad. 31 minutes. All right, let's continue.
Welcome back to this episode of Xean Plays Final Fantasy IX for the original PlayStation. Last episode was the concluding minigame that was hot and cold, but not before accidentally stumbling upon a town, which I think I wasn't supposed to go to until maybe a little bit later within the story, but who knows. I already forgot the name of the town and how it's pronounced since it actually has been a while since last episode behind.
For context, I just recorded this episode this morning, as I've just told you. But the last episode I've worked on was sometime last week. I want to say Monday or Tuesday of last week. So, yeah, it's been a while, but as I've mentioned before, I took a week off, so I'll be working more on Final Fantasy IX. In fact, after editing this video and after doing a family priority tonight, I'll be ability grinding and level grinding in Final Fantasy IX before starting up episode 46.
Behind the scenes, so yeah. But going back to the hot and cold minigame, Chocobo's Paradise. Overall, not a bad conclusion to a very long side quest. But you know, it is what it is. I'm glad I finished it, and Choco is all grown up now, has all the abilities, and I found all the chocographs. In fact, let's do a little bit of a refresher.
For you, Lucra, I do have all the chocographs.
But as you can see, all of the chocographs, the treasures have been found. Unfortunately, the only thing that isn't done right now are the chocograph pieces. I'm not sure what they're for, and I hope I'll find out what they're for much later, but oh well. Until then, these will be left alone. Oh, I forgot that in that town last episode I found this. Alright, so now I have 3 reasons to go back to Treno. So if this episode... Oh, in this episode I'm going to be continuing with Quina's side quest in catching frogs, so I'm back at the starting Q's Marsh. Just in case if there are more frogs that have spawned. But if not, then I'll go to the marsh on the outer continents, and there's also one on the Forgotten Continent. I don't think there is one on the Lost Continent, but I guess we'll see. If this episode ends up becoming a little bit short, then the last thing I'll do in this episode is go to the grotto and give those 2 Moogle lovebirds the Kupo Nut, and go to Treno and trade these 3 in for some items. So anyways, let's go ahead and do this.
Now, one thing I do is as soon as this is fading to black, frame by frame until I see complete black. Actually, then again, I should probably do this. Let me see. Go back to a full second. Alright, right around here at the 2-minute mark, as well as the 2 milliseconds. Then let's do a full second. That way I'll see 2 milliseconds again. Then I cut that. And then do it again for this. So as soon as I see 13, okay. Then I cut that out. Zoom this in a little bit. Do a fade out as such. My mouse is kind of finicky, so this is almost hard to work with, but I've been able to manage it for this long, so it's all good. That way we'll have a smooth transition from scene to scene, so something like this.
Then do this. It's been a while. Bye-bye.
Yeah, the load times for some areas are a bit long, so That's why I cut certain gaps. Oh yeah, there are more frogs now. It has been a while since I've last stepped foot in Q's Marsh, so click on the chocograph pieces in the menu to get a hint. Um, hmm. I'm probably not paying much attention to those hints then, so hmm. Like I said, I think I'll save the chocograph pieces for later, so yeah. Actually, you know what's funny? I did find two areas in the game that confuse me to no end. There's one on one particular peninsula and one at the south end of one continent. But I'm unable to access both of them, so I even tried using Choco and it doesn't seem to work. So I think I'll wait until something happens within the story. So yeah. Can I catch frogs? Yes. And there are tadpoles here, so we are not going to be catching them anytime soon. So got you. Got you. Already I'm off to a good start. Silver fork. Don't I already have that? Oh well, if I already have it, then it'll be good for synthesis. This doesn't last long, so I don't need to cut most of this out. Whoops. Did not mean to do that. No, I am not done yet. Zidane is not really having it. I mean, apart from his never-ending addiction to food, I don't think Quinn is that bad a character. I could think of worse characters to be tagging along with, but no. Quinn is actually not that bad. His blue magic is pretty useful once you know what you're doing. Oh, dang it. It actually has been a while since I've caught some frogs, so I might as well keep the first instance in, so I can never time this right. To be fair, the angles don't really help me much. Got you. Well, that was a baby frog. Okay, that's a tadpole, so I'm not eating that one. Got you. Remember that golden frog that I caught a long while ago? I wonder if we're ever going to catch something like that again. Hopefully. Darn it. Got you. Okay, one more. It's that big guy. Got you. Alright, and the tadpole I cannot catch. Alright, let's stop for now. Alright, I'm going to... Yeah, the only downside to DaVinci Resolve's video viewer here is that for some reason, if you decide to go a little bit forward while it's playing, the picture doesn't change with the dragging, so you'll have to stop for a while and then the pictures um, reveal itself. So, yep, had enough. All right, let's talk with Quail while we're here, just to see if there's anything different. If I can. Okay, nothing yet. I don't have Vivi in my party, so I don't know if dialogue will be different if I did have him in the party. Alright, since that's pretty much it for this marsh, let's head towards the next marsh, which is on the outer continent. Alright, as soon as I'm about to... Okay, 10. Alright. Little did I know, a little bit of a spoilers, there was a fourth marsh. So, at this time, I only knew about 3 marshes. And I accidentally found a 4th one, which, thankfully, I found another one. Right. And let's see. Alright. Trying to do a smooth transition. Then I'll check the chat box after I get this done. Yeah, this is pretty much the gist of my editing skills. Cutting, pasting, and fading in, fading out. So you'll pretty much get the idea. Save project, and let me see. Alright. Outer continent. Alright, here. Ooh, a little bit of spoilers here, since I... Yeah. In the episodes about to release, another continent is mentioned, so that's why I'm right here, even though currently in the episodes about to be released, I'm still on the Mist continent, so yeah. We are at marsh number 2 on the outer continents now before we enter inside. Let me see. Yeah, it's the one we have currently equipped, so in fact, quite a bit of spoilers just going into the menu as well. Whoops. Oh well. Hope you don't mind. Anyways, let's enter inside. Oh. Hold on, what did I say here? Oh, I forgot if... Oh, I realized that this place is a little bit different, so... And not all marshes are... not all marshes are designed the same. I mean, the overall aesthetic is the same, but the overall level design isn't, so... Yeah, let's do 102. Can't spoil me on this game because you've already played it. It's basic but effective. Well, that's good. I mean, I've seen quite a bit of heavily edited YouTube videos throughout my time on this website, and boy, especially nowadays when it's edited quite a lot, and for most people, the effort might be moot if the video itself isn't advertised on YouTube. So this even goes back to the previous editing software I used back then up until my Let's Play of Infinite Discovery. I mean,
I do know how to add subtitles. You go to add subtitle track, and if you want to, add subtitles, and there you go. But I don't think I'll be needing subtitles for this episode. So, yeah, there's plenty of subtitle moments within the majority of my Let's Plays, especially when I end up being confused by something and then I behind the scenes correcting myself, giving all of you an idea that I actually know a certain detail. It's just that at the time I didn't quite get it. So uh, wait until you see my Disc 3 episodes. There's plenty of moments where there were quite a bit of lame brain actions I took. So anyways, let's enter inside. Oh, I forgot if... Huh. Okay. Oh, it's probably through here. Yep, here we are. Oh boy, I forgot the layout of this place. Yeah. Yep, let's go ahead and catch some frogs. And let's see, I did a little bit more talking this episode in this segment, so this probably won't get cut much, so... Let's see here. Got you. Oh, I can't pass through here. Darn it. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Huh. Oh, yep, got you. Okay, I can go down that path. The grass kind of... Oh, man. Got you? Alright, let's go down. Oh. Slippery little fella, aren't you? Alright. Let's worry about that one later. There's a tadpole here. Got you. And, okay, it looks like there's just one more left. One more left, and the rest are tadpoles. Huh. Too bad I can't go down there. Got you. Bistro fork. Huh. Alright. Okay, I'm not seeing anything else, so... We're done. Yeah, I'm done. Now... due to me level grinding and ability grinding for some of these characters a while back, Quina has long since learned High Tide. So let's see what Bistro Fork... Yeah! Oh yeah. Hold on. Now that I have him in my party, I need to make sure that... I always hate it when magic evasion is non-existent in some of these accessories. Learning that. Speaking of abilities... Oh, you need to have ability up. Let's see. I don't think I have to worry about sleep for a good while, so let's go ahead and put on ability up. And level up is good. I wonder if there's a way to put virus powder on Zidane. That way he'll... he won't level up way higher than everyone else, but oh well. I do know eventually that you can remove him from the party in favor of other party members, but where I am right now, I can't remove him as party leader, so that's kind of a little bit of a bummer. I would love it if the other party members were able to catch up with him. I've actually never crossed this way before, I think. Oh, I could see a few fights happening in the timeline, so I have to prepare myself for cutting this since we have seen this enemy before. Guess Quail is non-existent here. Oh wait, we just saw Quail. What am I thinking? Alright, and while that's going on, 1 full second. Cut that, and I always show the battle victory at the ending, so that way if a character learns a skill or two, then you'll be in the know. Darn it. Come on. Get up to... There we go. I want to see the number 2 in that number. There we go. Yeah, I will say this. The Chocobo Hot and Cold mini game is by far the most work I ever put into making an episode of this Let's Play. The bonus dungeons in Xenosaga Episode 2 still comes at first place in regards to the hardest work I've done, considering the amount of level grinding I had to do. In fact, I think it took 3 complete play sessions in order to get the factory bonus dungeon done for the post-game content, which, yeah. Oh wait, we just saw Quail. What am I thinking? Alright, so nothing happens right there, so I guess I'll cut the victory theme then. Unless I leveled up or gained an ability, then I won't show that, so that and it saves up on quite a lot of time, so I like to make sure that my episodes flow well and there's not a whole lot of bloat. So, Quail, what am I thinking? Quail's hut isn't here, that's what I meant to say. Alright, let's go ahead and save. How's the stream overall for all of you? Oh. If you want to grind, get the frogs and use frog drops. Oh, Zachary G, welcome to the stream. I'm editing episode 45 of Final Fantasy 9, so if you want to grind, get the frogs and use frog drops. The more frogs captured means frog drops does more damage, and try to leave a male and female frog. Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. There I go again, where I thought I'm doing something right, only for dang it. Well, I guess it's a good thing that you're telling me all this, otherwise ah man. Okay, how long have I been going so far? 55 minutes. All right. YouTube's telling me that the video isn't smooth, but you know what? I'm going to take everyone's word that it's going smooth. The golden frog also helps repopulate, so I should leave the golden frog. Darn it. Okay. Clearly, I have not been... Oh, man. Clearly, I haven't been doing much homework. I'm doing fine. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Whoops. Sorry. Bumped the microphone. Yeah, I can't view the chat box while I'm editing, so I'll check on it occasionally just to see what all of you are saying. So the stream's going by smooth. All right, then. Again, welcome to the stream. So... Yeah, right now I'm 11 minutes into editing my video, so yeah, I've recorded an hour and 6 minutes of this. A good majority of it will have to be trimmed down since I do traverse
on the world map, and there's not a whole lot happening. So,
just in case. I wonder if the frogs respawn after a while. Okay,
well,
it doesn't look like it.
and
So,
there I go asking the question, and I got the answer. Via walkthrough books. Yeah, I will say I do have a lot of strategy guides. The only Final Fantasy strategy guide I have is for 12, the original version of 12. I do not have Final Fantasy 9's strategy guide. Although my mom told me of this one store within the Tulsa area that I have not heard about, and apparently they sell strategy guides. Final Fantasy 7 and I think 8 was mentioned, so I probably might pay that store a visit later since for the past month I've been driving here and there nonstop, and I want to save up my money, so I've been wasting gas. So,
unless they're all grown up, I am not going to be catching any frogs in this marsh anytime soon. I guess I should probably occasionally check out the marshes in between story events, just in case if the tadpoles do grow up. I think I might do that after I pay a small trip to the grotto in Treno. So let's proceed on to the marsh that's on the Forgotten Continent.
all right. I'm fading out, so full seconds. And where am I? What happens here? Oh, did I accidentally? Yeah, I did. Okay. You haven't seen this enemy yet, but eventually you'll see it. I have no idea why I paused right there, but... Alright, let me see. Did I learn anything here? I did not, so this is a waste. So let's go ahead and go here. Alright. Let's do 28. Cut that. And let's see. Cutting all that and trimming this down, I saved a good 2 minutes. So... Yeah, this episode not only has frog catching, it also has other things too. So, although this episode is primarily focused on the frog catching, in fact,
Continent.
all right, let me go ahead and save and pre-prepare my title for this video. In fact, let me set things up first by doing this and check mark on audio. Go here. Go back. Final Fantasy 9, part number 45. Fix the X. There we go. And this is frog catching number 1, even though I've caught frogs here and there beforehand, but this video is focused on frog catching in general, so all right. Don't waste money on Nine's guide. Just Google it. Trust me. Unless you're a collector of guides, which you are personally, it's a waste of money. Yeah, I think I watched one person's review of Final Fantasy X, and what was that thing called that Square Enix tried to do at the time, where they had an online subscription, where in order to find out some things you had to go on play online. That's what it's called, play online. I've heard that Final Fantasy IX strategy guide has that, where it's like, if you want to find out the answer, go to play online. Why? There's always game facts. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes I occasionally game FAQ whenever I'm stuck on something. So, yeah. Alright, the Q's Marsh on the Forgotten Continent. I have never been here before, so I'm not sure if this will be any different from the other two. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. I should not have had that chocolate. Now I don't. I don't know why I thought it was a good idea to have chocolate before this. Thankfully, it was the last of the chocolate, so I don't have any other candy lying around that needs to be eaten. I need to cut off on candy for a while. Let's see. Okay. I guess I might as well traverse the entire area before I step foot right at the center, so... For all I know, it's probably nowhere near that different. Nothing here? It relies on play online heavily. Oh, yes. Oh, I can go to different paths, huh? Oh, no, never mind. Okay. It's just one straight path. The music stops, which means... Oh man, the slowdown. Yeah, why not? If they hop at the same time, the slowdown is extremely apparent. And this doesn't take that long, so... You guys are not smart. Oh, what? I don't want to let go of the darn frog. Are you nuts? Thankfully, I didn't eat all the tadpoles. Oh, man. Okay. Got you. One more. One more. Thank you. No prize whatsoever. Really now. This isn't a big pond by any means, but too bad I can't cross over there. Alright. Well, that was underwhelming. Yep, I'm done. Alright, let's see what's below. It's probably nothing much, but I'm searching anyways. What's on the right? Oh boy. Alright. 1 second. Go here. And let's see, did I learn anything? Yes, I did. So, let's go here. Alright. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, something like that. Whenever a character learns an ability, I show that. That way, all of you are in the know. All right. Let's go here. Or at least by the time you watch this episode, then you'll be in the know.
I'm curious. A few fights. Alright, let me save. Check this again. Alright. Just in case. Okay, stream is healthy. I wonder if Streamlabs has nothing. Okay. Maybe it helps that I'm not showing my face cam and the microphone is all I... It's funny seeing all this while I'm talking. It's proof that I'm here. And if not, hi again. Okay, let's continue. In a row, and for some reason, Amaranth's weapon is water. Gotcha. Got you. So these enemies are not weak against water, and they are constantly getting healed by it. So okay. Do you have anything? Okay. What about? Let's see. Wind, and it adds trouble. Okay. Let's go ahead and does he have add effect? Add effect. Add effect. Add effect. Doesn't look like he has added effect. Darn it. That would have been splendid, but oh well. What can you do? While I'm at it, I might as well cure him. Anyways, it looks like there's something here. Okay, it doesn't look like they're... Okay, one set path. So, oh my goodness, there's more. Alright. Okay, nothing here. So, oh boy. Alright, let's see. Oh, I'm going to keep this fight in because I have not seen this enemy before, so... What the heck are you? Well, first off, none of you pose a threat, so let me see if Amaranth can attack him. Yes. Okay. Mucus. Oh. That's lovely. And even then, Eiko finishes you off. That's funny. Good one, Amaranth. Alright. Cut out this little bit here. Do that. And that. And save again. And... Alright. Let's go here. Alright, let's go ahead and put his new... As you can see, there's a bunch of silent gaps within my audio, which means that there are quite a few things that I will cut out for time. New weapon on. The Kaiser Knuckles, which he'll learn Countdown. I assume that's a Doom ability. Speaking of abilities, let me see. Yep, it's Doom. Alright. Aura casts only on one party member. Darn it. Auto Life sounds good right about now. And speaking of abilities, Quina... honestly, I think I can just live with these abilities for the remainder of the game. I mean, think about it. I have Mighty Guard, I have Matra Magic, Pumpkinhead, White Wind, Vanish, and Magic Hammer. that sounds like the only abilities I'll ever need in the entire game, but... he also learned something else. Yeah, this. Let's see. He's got nothing else to learn, so I might as well put this back on. That way his defense can be better, and he won't lose a lot of health more often. Alright. Yeah, I will say, for the longest time, poor Amaret had quite a lot of trouble catching up because he I tried making sure that he was up to date with the skills that the party can also learn, and it required having to equip him with weak armor, items, accessories, the whole 9 yards, and boy, yeah. Man. Zidane has nothing to learn, except for that one. I wonder. Let me see. Nothing. Nothing, kind of. An hour and 13 minutes. Not bad. Alright, let's keep going. Alright. Since there's nothing, I guess I'll pay the Grotto a visit. Alright. The Grotto. The one place where I constantly go back to whenever I end up getting a Kupo nut. So. Alright, he learned another thing, so... Oh, this also has another spoiler, too. Yeah, let's just do the full 1 second. If I can't get the exact number, at the minimum, the 1 seconds. At the maximum, the 1.2, so... If I can get it without my mouse being a bit finicky. There we go. A visit. Okay, let me see. Did I learn anything here? Nope. Although I think I might have found a place... Well, I mentioned this at the very end of this episode, so... Alright, let me see. Nope. Right, let's do that. Okay. Thank you. All right. It is very easy to enter inside than it is to get out of this place, but regardless... I don't think I've talked with these kids. Let me see. Oh, they can't speak yet? You have a Kupo nut. Can I have it? Yes. Ethers, thank you. Magnets. Oh, I still need to look for Kumul, and I have no idea where that particular Moogle is. Um. Okay, so I've got 2 things to do. I need to go to Treno and find... I need to go to Treno and trade in those coins and find a Moogle named Kumul now. Let me look up where Kumul is. Just give me a second. 1 second later. Okay, it turns out Kumul cannot be talked to until we get to Ibsen's castle. So, alright, I've got nothing to worry about until then. So, anyways, off to Treno. Alright, and I hope I didn't learn anything else. Let's see. Oh, great, she learned that one. Okay. Okay. I want to get that number 2 right there. There we go. So how's everyone's day today? So far things have been going pretty good lately, so... especially late last week. So. No. Alright, did I fight with any more enemies? Let's see. Man, they are learning a lot of things. Kind of feels redundant to add 2 end battles in a row just to show some skills, but, you know, that's fine. That's good. Like I just said a minute ago in regards to this place. It's very easy to get in, but it's very annoying to get out. Alright, let's see here. Another fight. Did I learn anything else again? Yes, I did. Oh, man. This episode is unintentionally funny. Look at all that time I'm saving. I'm down to 51 minutes worth of footage to work with. Yeah, man. There we go. Thank you. And I'm 20 minutes in, as you can see. Did I fight with any more enemies? Nope. Okay. So the rest of this time is making my way to Treno. I have no idea why I paused right there. I completely forgot. Oh well, if this ends up being like a 45-minute episode, I'll be happy with it. Okay. Alright, here we are at Treno. Let's talk with that lady. Right. As I've mentioned, if there's nothing happening in my audio, that means there's probably nothing of interest, so there we go. Whoops. Did not mean to do that. Alright, let's save again. Always, always save. So. And let's see. Okay. Yeah, that's as that's how long it is for this Treno event. So. Alright, lady, we have 3 things for you. We have received 2 Stellagios from you, and we have 3 left. 3 more. Yep, give you the Capricorn. $2,000 gil. Okay. I have Libra. Blood Sword. I could have sworn Steiner already had one, but that's okay. And I have Virgo. $5,000 gil. Okay. How many do I need to look out for? Only interested in collecting Stellagio, and you're not going to give me a single hint as to how, or at least tell me the answer of how many I have left. From the looks of it, 1, 2, possibly 3, 4, 5, possibly 6, 7, possibly 8 cages left. No, wait. If it's based off of months, let's see, I found 5, so I have 7 left from the looks of it. Alright then. Okay. If nothing else, I think I'll use this remaining time to look for... I'll use Choco to look for treasure in the water, so why not? Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, for context. I wanted to do the remaining secret treasures off camera, but as you can see, I thought the frog catching minigame was just it for the time being, so I decided to use the remaining time to do other things, including diving underwater to see if I could find some treasure, including one particular spot where I couldn't dive and get the treasure, which you'll see in just a second. Okay, zoom here. Yeah, for some reason, this particular spot won't give me treasure whatsoever, even though I am right above it. So I'm not sure if I'm doing anything wrong. If it's something I'm doing wrong, then I'll definitely do this one off camera. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and do that. Like this one I couldn't get last time, so let me see if I can do this correctly. Alright, let's do this one last time. Well, this isn't helping at all. It's a dud. Anyways, let's look for other areas here. I meant to press stop, but that wasn't doing anything, so look for other areas here. Right. All right. All right. How many left? Think about it. It's how they're named. What else is with that naming pattern? What else is Capricorn, Virgo, Libra? I assume it has something to do with astronomy. Um, astrology. So, um, I know there's Cancer. Um, can you tell I don't follow much about it? All I know is that it revolves around the months of the entire year. So I found 5, so I just assume I have to find 7 left. So, yeah. Here. Let's see, I am way above the map on this continent. Now, the one swimming spot I need to look out for is right around here. There you are. Okay. Alright. 50 potions. 25 high potions and 9 ethers. 7 elixirs. Discard. Yeah. Figured as much. Alright, let me go back to the land right here and get off Choco and see what kind of items exceeded over 99. Potions, obviously, since, look at that. Oh, I forgot to look at here. Apparently, I have 100 cards, so I want to get rid of them. Alright, there's also a gap here. Let me see. Yeah, discard that. Discard the card. Trying to make things a little bit evenly here. This may take a while, so... Alright. Although if those coins are based off astrology, that would mean that the months that we're familiar with apply to the world of Final Fantasy IX. Reminds me of this one person that poked fun at a detail or two about the Star Fox series. Yeah, he's like, we'll get back to it after a year, whatever a year is. What on earth is a year? Well, it's 12 months. What on earth is a month? I don't know. In fact, what on earth is Earth? This may take a while, so... Alright, I think that should be enough room. Alrighty. Let's go to the next diving spot. Oh, this one's a confusing spot.
On the map, it says that there's a diving spot right there, but I couldn't find the bubbles for some reason. Unless it's hidden, unless it's hidden, then the map is lying to me. Spot. Apparently, according to the map, it's located somewhere around here. Makes it seem like that it's located within crevices, but I don't think that's the case. Let's see. There's the small island right here. I don't see any bubbles popping up, unless I'm not seeing things very, very well. So let me see. It takes a while. Yeah, it took a while, but overall I couldn't find it. Alright, let me edit this and then I'll check the chat box. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything, but for all I know, maybe it's like one of those secrets. So let me see if it's even remotely possible. No. Okay. Well, I'm not seeing any bubbles, and it doesn't look like there is. It doesn't look like there are any bubbles, so... Yeah, I'm not seeing it either. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. I say either. This is me I'm talking about. Unless the map's lying to me. Yep, nothing. I am not seeing anything. Oh well. Let's go ahead and go to the last diving spot. Alright. One more. There we go. And... took a while to get to it, so... I had to fly back to the Mist Continent to get the airship, go all the way back to the islands, call on Choco again, and made my way back here. And it took 3 minutes. Kind of makes me wonder what's a good Final Fantasy game to play as a live stream series for some diving spot.
Testing. Can you hear me now? I'm sorry. I'm not sure what happened, but to be fair, my audio interface is plugged into a USB port that's a little bit loose, so if I'm not careful, if I bump into it, it might disconnect. So, but anyways, I was going to say, so okay, thank you very much, you too. Um, I was going to say, what, these bubbles are behind a story event? The game artificially halts my treasure hunting fun, which begs the question about the bubbles that are right next to the mist continents. You know, I dove into it and for some reason couldn't get any treasure. Is that behind a story event as well? And I said that's. I was going to say it was egregious, but then again, I have more than enough items to work with, possibly for the remainder of the game. So, yeah. All right, now that I know all's working, yep, my audio is good. The desktop audio obviously is always good. It's not plugged into anything, so yeah. All right, let's go ahead and continue, and hopefully I don't bump my audio interface. Not again with this place. I am not sure what is up with the last diving spot and this diving spot, but according to the map, they're supposed to be here, but it doesn't look like there is. Oh, here it is. It's within this. Gotcha. My bad. Anyways, I don't know what's up with the previous diving spot not being visible, but hey, found something. 10 remedies, 1 black robe, 1 Genji glove, and 1 blue Narcissus card. Alright, and speaking of last episode's happy accidents of findings, I actually found another marsh while flying over here. I'll show you where it is. So, hop off of Choco Zidane, go inside the airship, and it is, let's see, somewhere around here. Yep, here it is. Much like the one on the Forgotten Continents, I have never been here before. So, let's go ahead and see what's here. Maybe I should be careful when pressing on my keyboard. Oh, hey. Well, maybe I should include the entrance. Even though, let's see. I should include the entrance even though every entrance to every marsh has been the same thus far. So, whoops. I do not have a thing to paste. Highlight this and delete this, please. Thank you. Come on, give me that one. There we go. Yeah, well, you know, I'm almost done. I have 10 more minutes of footage to work with. Let me go ahead and save and check how long I've been doing this. Apparently I've had an error for a good 30 minutes, but you know what? That's okay. You have to get to the mist bubbles through another way. You won't spoil it for me if I want to figure it out. Oh boy. Oh man. Okay. Well, I guess not searching through those bubbles won't hurt. Since, like I said, I have a lot of items because of that side quest. So hopefully I'm not missing out on much, but hopefully I won't lose sleep over it. So, all right. Let me see. I do know that this also kind of took a while to get through, so... Oh, hey, Moogles, how are you? Alright, let's see. Alright. Music's off, which means more frogs to collect. Yep, let's catch some more. Oh boy. There we go. Oh, what? How the heck is that possible? He literally slipped through my fingers. Or oven mitts. Alright. Got you. Okay. Got you. Got you. What did I get? Battle boots, which I believe I already have, but thank you anyways, I appreciate it. Whoops! Ah, man, why? Okay. I need to let go of the analog stick whenever I catch them. Alright, let me go back a bit and get to the audio. That way I'll cut this since this does take a little while. Go with the analog stick whenever I catch them. Alright. Alright, let's see. I'm still catching 2 frogs, so... Unless... Nope, doesn't look like I caught any of them in between this, so... Alright. I think this is a good spot. Although what's funny about my microphone disconnecting itself, I did not hear my computer make a notification sound indicating that it's been disconnected, so I'm not sure what's what. I catch them. Okay, one more. This one will probably take a while. Oh, come on. Darn it. There we go. Alright. We're done here. Alright, we came from that way, so let's go this way. I'm the one that caused the extinction of all frogs. Yep, I'm done. Alright, this wasn't a complete waste of time, thankfully. Nothing here. Alright, I do know that Quina learns an ability in this fight, I think, so... Let me see... Yep. It also takes him a while to do this turn, so... Alright. And we're almost done editing, so... Hey, bad breath. That's nice. just make a small comment before I cut out the rest of the fight. And did anyone learn anything this fight? Well, he leveled up, so that counts. He was also affected by Berserk. It's very, very hard to keep track which monster afflicts some status effects that might hinder me in the long run. I kind of wish I have a lot more ability points just so I can attach a lot more skills on me. Thankfully, I have 2 ribbons in my possession, so that will probably be more than enough, hopefully. That's nice. What am I doing? I am not doing anything. Okay. Yeah, there's quite a lot of options in between certain icons here, and you'll have to be careful. At one point, you might want to do a fade in for the next scene transition, but at the same time, you might accidentally do another effect altogether, such as this. So you don't want to do that. All right. If anyone has ever encountered a Malboro before, we all know what bad breath does to one person. Yep. All right. Since there's pretty much nothing more, this obviously leads to the center. Oh boy. Did I learn anything here? I did not. So it's safe to just transition out of here. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea why there are more options within each other. That's kind of a little bit annoying, but manageable. Oh boy. Anyways, I was going to say, if nothing else, I think this is a perfect time to end this episode of Xean Plays Final Fantasy IX for the original PlayStation, since I don't think the tadpoles have grown up quick enough to warrant another visit to the first Q's Marsh, let alone the others. So, tune in. Well, in the meantime, I'm going to be level grinding, and I think I know a perfect place to ability grind. So, yeah, I'll use the Grotto as a way of ability grind for every character in my party. So until then, tune in next episode where I'll continue with the game story by traversing Ipsen's castle on the Forgotten Continent. That way we can probably see what Kuja is up to. That's the wrong button, and I probably should have rested. Well, I have plenty of tents, so let's use one. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this episode, hopefully you liked what you've seen. Please do what you must. It'll really help me out a lot. And as always, I will see you in the next episode. Alright. And a full second. And then cut the remaining footage out. Go back. And do a proper fade out. That way, you'll get something along the lines of this in the next episode. And with that, I am done editing. That's pretty much the gist of how I edit videos nowadays. So let me see. Oh, see you later, Amanda Howard. unless unless you thought that I was leaving, which I'm not done yet. So, all right, the frogs will come back. It just takes longer. Yeah, you get more magic stones the higher your level is. Okay. Yeah, Amanda, if you're leaving, see you later. Hope to see you again. Alright, so that's the gist of how I edit videos nowadays. It hasn't really changed much, so I'm perfectly happy with it. Now, when I render a video, for some reason the audio is a little bit quiet, so I go to this tab, Firelight. That way I can up the volume for both the gameplay footage and my audio. That way when I go to Fusion, which is pretty much the render option, I go to audio, make sure that's checked, and make sure normalize audio is checked and have optimized to standard. And make sure that the decibels is at 0. And let's see. The format is MP4. The codec is H.264, and I keep this at native. Make sure that the timeline resolution is selected, but that's pretty much optional since it's automatic. I uncheck frame ordering since that does desync the audio. And let's see, I make sure that the rate quality is at constant bit rate and make sure that the bit rate itself is at 6,000. I was told that's the recommendation when working with higher quality videos of the such. So if you don't want a lot of artifacts happening within your video, then 6,000 is good. And so far, I've been using 6,000 for bit rates since the beginning of this Let's Play, and I haven't noticed any issues whatsoever, so I'm perfectly happy with the options I have right here. And let's see, I don't have any subtitles, so I uncheck that, and then I add to the render queue and render. That was pretty cool. Thanks for showing your process. Well, you're very welcome. If you like this, and if ever you want to edit something for yourself, DaVinci Resolve is completely free. If you don't plan on working with 4K content, definitely I recommend DaVinci Resolve. It is a learning process, but once you get the gist of it down, then once you get the gist of it down, it's pretty easy. Even though it might take a while to get some things done, as I mentioned before, one particular episode of the hot and cold minigame took me 3 hours. That's 3 separate 1-hour play sessions, which slumped down to 55 minutes to complete the episode. But yeah, this is how I edit nowadays. It hasn't changed much, except for maybe a setting or two. But as of right now, this is how I edit and the settings used for rendering, and I'm perfectly happy with it, especially with the contents that I'm working with. So yeah. And depending on the length, the rendering process might take somewhere between 3 to 6 minutes. The longest I've ever rendered was 8 minutes, but that's only because of that one particular episode of Xenosaga Episode 2, which took an hour and 15 minutes. So, yeah. This one took a bit less than 2 hours. Yeah. Normally, whenever I edit, I obviously edit alone, but since I'm live streaming and showing all of you how this works, yeah, it does take quite a bit of while to do that. But you know what? I had fun doing this. I'm glad I did something like this again. So, yeah. Although this is standard definition, this is a standard definition game that I'm playing. The next game I'm playing will be a 720p high definition video game. So, yeah. Well, I guess while this is going on, I think I'll use this to take I wouldn't say well, not a long break, but I'll be back in just a minute. So, see you in a bit. Alrighty, I am back. So let's see. Still cool that it took less time to edit than the episode is long. Yeah, it really just depends on what the footage has to offer. It could be a short episode, it could be a long episode. So, yeah, in this case, let me see, where's the video? Here it is. Here's the finished video. And as you can see, it is 32 minutes long. Now, I am confident with how this has rendered, so I don't watch the whole thing, but I have watched a few videos with my siblings just to see how they would react to this, and there isn't a hiccup whatsoever in any of the videos they've seen so far, so I'm confident enough to know that this video is good. So if I I'll watch some of it, but I'll watch some of it, but not all of it. Like, I just skip to certain parts, especially when the episode might have subtitles, which in this case, this doesn't. So, welcome back to the. And I use VLC Player, and that itself takes a while to load. So, welcome back to this episode of Xean Plays Final Fantasy IX. A long while ago. I wonder if we're ever going to catch something like that again. Story events, just in case if the tadpoles do grow up. I assume that's a Doom ability. Can do this correctly. Rested. Well, I have plenty of tents, so let's use one. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this episode, hopefully you liked what you've seen. Please do what you must. It'll really help me out a lot. And as always, I will see you in the next episode. Yeah, that's usually how I preview my episodes. So now that I know that all is good, I could just exit this queue, go back here, zoom out, and go back here and delete all this since I'm done. Delete. And let's see. I am done using... Hi again, Amanda. Alright, I'm done using all this, so delete that just to save on space. Alright, and go back to this. And let's see, open DaVinci Resolve again. And take my edited footage and put it right here. Because I'm going to be making a thumbnail. So, since I'm frog catching, the thumbnail will most likely take place in a marsh. Upon a town. One of the marshes, and let's see here. I want to enter, let me see. Actually, this probably might work. All right. Yeah, this one will work. So, yeah, I go to color as soon as I find a good image for this particular video. So just to make sure that the width and height are scaled equally, I do this option, which is edit sizing. By default, for some reason, it's on input sizing, but I want edit sizing. So I go ahead and just zoom this. I don't use any other program to make my thumbnails. I just use what DaVinci Resolve has by default. So let's see here, making sure that's good. All right, I kind of have an idea as to what I want to do for this thumbnail. So yeah, that's good. So once I get this image, then I right click, go to grab still, and I export it, and I call this file 45. And I know that it's saved, so I'll go ahead and delete selected, go back, and get rid of this. Get rid of the footage. And there it is. So, get rid of this and call this 45 again. Put it in here. Put it in the timeline. And zoom this out a bit. And I'm going to go ahead and add a subtitle track and add subtitles. Now, lately I want to be creative with how I use my text for these episodes. So, for example, let's have number 45 on top and have part somewhere at the bottom. So, yeah, make sure that this is selected before going to the Inspector tab. Otherwise, you'll get something like this. That's not highlighted. You go to Inspector, you'll get nothing. So once you do highlight it, there we go. It's there. And let's see. I like to make sure it's semi-bold italic. It's all caps. And at most, the biggest the text will be for me is 240. And let me move this upwards. And let me see if I can enter this again. Kind of. So this needs to be a bit smaller. All right. And that actually might work. So let me do that. Move this over here. And move this way over there. Yeah, there we go. Now, before I go and render my image, make sure that you move one frame forward. That way you can highlight all this, cut this, and get rid of these. Otherwise, when you go to render your image, you'll have a boatload of images inside your saving folder. So, all right, now that we've got that, let's go ahead and highlight all that and call this part number 45. Make sure it's JPEG. I keep everything by default apart from this. Audio can't be selected because obviously it's a picture. And go ahead and export subtitles. Make sure the format is burned into video. And then put it into queue. Render it. And I'm going to go ahead and exit that because I know it's saved. In fact, let me show you right now. Here it is. All right. Let's go ahead and do that. And now that I'm done with pretty much everything, for today at least, I'll go ahead and remove everything. Yep. And save. Close out DaVinci Resolve. Get rid of this. And delete. All right. And there you have it. This is my finished project, my finished product, and the thumbnail. And with that, let me see. Here I am. And open chat box. If, one notification, my microphone, oh, this was 30 minutes ago. Never mind. Nothing to worry about. And wrong button. That's the button I'm looking for. All right. You forgot the one in part 1 in thumbnail. Let me see. I assume it's because this is the first video involving frog catching, but yeah, the episode in general is episode 45, so honestly, this isn't bad, but um, hmm.
All right, let me see here. 2 hours and 12 minutes. All right, then. The one in part one. Oh, wait, really? Um, Episode one of my playthrough, it happens. Um, I believe the one in episode one is black text. So, because the picture is a FMV sequence and there's a sky, I thought white would be a little bit hard to see, so I changed it to black. So, so it's supposed to say part 45? Yeah. It is episode 45, so I thought you were talking about episode one of my playthrough. So, I mean, it is frog catching number one, but I don't put that number in um, the. I don't put that number in the thumbnail since, in general, it's episode 45. I think later on, I think in the next Let's Play, I'm going to, instead of having part number so and so, it'll just have the number. So, I thought it was meant to be number 45, part one. My bad. Um, oh well. Hey, I confuse myself sometimes, so yeah. All right. I mean, the only time I did something like that, let me see if I could find it. I mean, I'm sure I'll find it. Let me see. Star Ocean. The second story, go all the way down. Oh, wait, never mind. That's a bad example. Well, kind of. All right, let me see if I could show this. So, go here, hide face cam again. Yeah, as you could see, I didn't put the pound symbol in this, but when I did the things I've missed in Star Ocean, the second story, like say as Reyna, it's disc 2, part 2, because there was a whole lot that happened in regards to the content um, in this game. So I'd say that's the only exception. But that was a long time ago, so yeah. Whoops, did I accidentally not? There we go, much better. Alrighty, so yeah, that's pretty much the gist of how I edit videos and make thumbnails today. So yeah, and I'm actually pretty glad I did this again, since a few changes here and there, but as of now, with the rendering process, not much has changed. So this is the up-to-date version of how I edit videos, and it's not going to change anytime soon. If it does change, it probably might be very, very small specific things. So yeah. Let's see here. I wonder if I should. Let's see. Great, now it's saying there's an error again. Oh, YouTube.
Alrighty. Now that I'm done, for the rest of the day, like I've said, apart from one obligation I have to attend to tonight, after that I'll be ability grinding and level grinding in Final Fantasy IX. That way I'll be prepared for more of what will happen in the story. And let's see. Since and like I've mentioned before, I have a week off from my job, so I'll be working a lot more on my Final Fantasy IX videos. But I also might make a video sometime in the week. Maybe give a tour of how my room looks now, since I rearranged my room recently, so I quite like the setup very, very much. It's my own personal square. But yeah, if nothing else, that's it. I would play more Smash Remix um, after this, but let's see. I don't plan on having much dinner tonight. Setup tour would be sweet. Yeah, like for example, actually, you know, why not? I think I'll do this right now. Um, I'll take off. I'll do two separate versions: the live stream right now and one professionally recorded off my iPhone. So to give you an idea, um, I don't have a desk, so um, everything is set up on my bed. However, whenever I record for something, then it's set up on this small table that I bought recently. And then there's everything else behind my chair. There's the CRT TV, my high definition TV, PlayStation 5, and everything down there. And then there's my bookshelf full of video games, DVDs, and music, as well as collector's editions from various things. So, yeah. I'm not going to show much on what's on my headboard of my bed, since it's just standard stuff that I use sometimes, as well as other garbage I've collected throughout the years. So, yeah. Catan spotted. Yeah, I was introduced to Catan a couple of years ago, and and I mean, I kind of know how to play the game, and um, there was at one point where I was at a get together, and um, I was going through the game, and quite a few people said that's a good move, and I'm all like, okay, I'm just going with the flow. So I do know that you need to build up what 10 points in order to win. So yeah, and the grind to make um, certain things in order to make long roads and build up towns does take a while. Some people are more fortunate than others, so yeah, it's still shrink wrapped. I haven't been um, at a get together for a while now, so yeah, that's my own personal um, copy of Catan. The one, yeah, 10 points. It's easy to, yeah, kind of like, kind of like some of the mini games in Final Fantasy VII. Sometimes I'm able to get through it just through, as I would put it, dumb luck. So, yeah. But yeah. Yeah, I've also have some card games. I have chess.
Yeah. I have a stack of PlayStation 2 games I don't um, use. I meant to give those away or fix them, then give them away. And hopefully they'll be out of my hair soon. I also have 2 extra TVs lying around that I need to get rid of. That way I'll make room for a second bookshelf. So it'll be a while though. Um, it'll be a while. I just can't wait. Hmm. Could maybe trade them in the game store. Yeah, I was thinking of doing that soon. I mean, my initial plan was to buy manuals in good cases and clean the discs before trading them in the store. I'd be spending money just to make sure they're in good condition, only for possibly not getting anything out of it. But eh, as I've mentioned before, I've been driving a lot the past month, so I'm taking a break from driving out of town for a while. So you're ready for a nap. Glad you can join. It was really cool to see you. You too. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream and thank you for popping up and hope to see you again. Yeah, you have the good rest of the day too, Luca. Take care out there. So, yeah, if nothing else, this will be it for my live stream of editing my videos nowadays. So, I appreciate Amanda Howard, Lucra, and Zachary G for tuning in to this. Appreciate that a lot, and I hope all you have a good rest of the day and hope to see you again. So, if nothing else, my name is Xean RPG. Take care out there. I'll see you again soon. See you later.